Good morning, family and friends. Thank God for another day above ground. Today, would like to talk about a subject I call "If you're scared, say you're scared," and this is directly directed to my brothers and myself. There's always been people say that black men have a problem going to the doctor. We wait to the very last minute, and I could attest to that for myself. I've always been scared to go to the doctor, blew it off if there was something going on I didn't want to know. But like I always say, as you grow, you change. It wasn't until recently that I came to terms with this. When my wife had got sick, and I had to watch her go through some tremendous things, and my blood pressure went to 140 something, and I had to go to the emergency room and be admitted and get medication. My wife always stayed on me about the doctor, whatever. She was one of them people who always made sure that I did what I was supposed to do, went with me. When I didn't go, made me bring back the paper of what the doctor said he discovered. And when I didn't do that, the very next time, she had me put the phone on and let her hear what the doctor was saying so she could chime in. I thank her so much for that. I thank her so much for so many things. But like I said, I had to go to the emergency room because of that high blood pressure. I had the high blood pressure medication that they gave me. I never took it. I heard that if you take it, you got to take it for life. So I didn't take it. My sister-in-law, who was here, told me, you should have been taking your medication. I didn't take the medication. And my wife needed me, and my blood pressure was high, but yet I didn't take my medication. So when they gave me the medication this time, you can bet I took it. But what happened afterwards, boy, it was funny, but it was also dangerous. They gave me some medication that blew my whole face up. Blew my whole face up. I looked like a character from out of a Madea movie. I laid in the bed and I said, "Oh, it'll go down," but it kept going up, going up, going up. This is like 2 in the morning. I heard my wife saying, "When you get sick or something's wrong, go to the hospital, see a doctor." My wife was going through something. I could not be scared. I had to go make sure I was okay to make sure she was okay. I got in my car and I was taking myself back to the emergency room again. My phone rang up. I'm getting ready to drive off. My wife's telling me, "Are you going to work? It's kind of early." And I told her, "No, I'm going to the hospital." And she's like, "What was?" She was sick at the time. I told her, "Boo, don't worry. I'm all right. I can get myself there. I can get myself back." My wife, I'm telling you, she's a real one. When it comes to her family and her husband, she's a real one. She gives her last. She does her last. She I got this, boo. I got to the hospital and they see my face and I told them what happened. They immediately knew what it was. They knew that the medication they gave me an allergic reaction. They could have killed me. My tongue could have swelled up and I couldn't breathe and I could have died. My brother-in-law had the same problem. And I'm saying to them, "Why did you give me this knowing this?" And when I went back to the pharmacy that gave it to me, they was a little uncomfortable when I came back because they felt like I was going to sue them or something. But I share that with you just to show you how, if you're scared, say you're scared. And I'm gonna share this thing with you. And this is about the doctor and about me and my brothers, how we don't go to these doctors. Okay, again, my wife. I talked to a friend on the phone about the doctor, but I had a physical and everything was good. And he asked me, And he says, did they check your PSA? I said, what's PSA? God forbid, I told my wife, and you know what? Dragging me by the ear, we're going back to the doctor. We're going to get this PSA checked. Got the PSA checked. It was high. My wife was kind of nervous. Again, she's ill. But she's worried about me. So I go back. The doctor sends me to another doctor. My wife's scared because she's thinking I might have cancer. And she's scared. She's so scared. She's scaring me. If you're scared, say you're scared. I was scared. I prayed. I got on the phone with my friend, and he was like, "Paul, there's this, that, and the other." I'll tell you what he said, and he told me something. And and I'm sharing this with you today because I have a doctor's appointment this morning. I have to go see if the medication he gave me worked. But getting back to my friend, he shared this with me, a very dear friend, and he told me, and I'm gonna give it to you like he told it to me because I love you. You're my brother. This is not for kids. So if you got any kids in the room, you take them out the room. He told me. I said, how come nobody never told me this about this PSA thing? He said, they're not gonna tell you. You gotta ask. He said, brothers know, but they don't talk about it. I said, what do you mean they don't talk about it? If we're gonna go do some dumb stuff, they'll pull my coat that this don't go that way. He said, they don't talk about it, the PSA level, because it deals with the dick. It's an ego. It's a pride thing. But ego, pride, but you'll let me die because knowing that something exists that I could have prevented, or you're not going to tell me because you don't want to say that you having problems in a certain area that could save your brother. Or we don't want. And my man, he was really mad about this. And he told me, Paul, I'm putting it out there every time I get a chance to speak about this. He said, every brother you see, he said, you tell them to go get their PSA level checked. You get your colonoscopy. Even with the colonoscopy, I was scared to do that. If you're scared, say you're scared. I was scared. My wife was sick again. Things happen. These are things I grow from. Things happen. My wife was sick. My wife couldn't take me to the colonoscopy. My nephew showed up. He took me. I didn't even tell him I was scared. He's like, Unc, it's nothing. It was nothing. But imagine if I would have kept putting it off, which I would have did. If my wife wasn't sick, I would have dodged her and whatever. She'd had to drag me by the hair. But she made sure you handle that. You know what I'm saying? My wife, like I said, she made sure I was taken care of. She would not leave this earth if I wasn't taken care of, the family wasn't taken care of. She would not. That's who she was. But I learned, like I said, if you're scared, say you're scared. Do not sit up here with a condition that you don't know about, that you don't go get checked. At the same time, I found out about the high blood pressure medicine. They gave me some stuff for cholesterol, whatever. Something they gave me, but it was to prevent a stroke, just in case I might have a stroke. I'm like, what is this? You know, well, I was fine, man. Y'all making me. But I realized something about that thing about, I said, I didn't take the blood pressure medication the first time. I take it now. The stuff that prevents the stroke, I take it now. Because I had a friend, very, very dear to me, like a brother. He had a stroke. It was 3 of us. Let's go see him. We got there. My other 2 friends thought, they can't handle it. What do you mean you can't handle it? What do you mean I can't handle it? I couldn't handle it either, but some things you got to do what you got to do. God gives you strength that you don't even know you have. I went in there, saw my man, helped him, sat with him. Even when he went to his process of being able to walk and talk again, I was there. I had to witness, I had to bear this. But in order to have a friend, you have to be a friend. In order to have a friend, you have to be a friend. You can't run off when it gets tough or it looks tough. Handle your business. Be a friend. Let your doctor be a friend. My sister tells me now that me and my doctor, we're such good friends that, is he a real doctor? Because he doesn't do the clinical stuff that she would like. I'm like, he's a real doctor. I tell him what the problems are, and he's like, yo, don't push the panic button. Don't. But he did tell me because he met my wife, and we went in and we sat and we talked, and he told me, he said, listen, he spun the chair around. He said, and you, get your affairs in order. I'm like, why would he tell me that? And my brother asked me, why would he tell you that? I thought I was in good health, but he knew the situation that me and my wife was in, and he knew that things should be in order. That's my doctor. He ain't a guy that's gonna push some pills on me to increase the bottom line. We sitting and we talking like me and my friends talk. But he told me that get your affairs in order. And ever since then, I've really been thinking differently. Like I said, when you grow, you change. You have no choice but to change. When you grow, you change. When that situation happened with my wife, I had to grow up fast. I was so comfortable relying on her to play the position she played that when she went down, I had to step up real fast. Real fast. But you know something? I learned a lot from that situation. I learned that I have to go, like right now, see my doctor. And whatever he says, good, bad, or indifferent, I have to handle that. And if it's something bad, as a man that has responsibilities, I have to have my affairs in order. I'm not going anywhere. But as a man, I have to have my affairs in order. If that means buying a juicer, drinking juice, making sure my family's straight, whatever, my affairs have to be in order. I do not want to be one of those gentlemen I see. God forbid not that it's bad or how it happened, but I do not want to be a person who neglects his health. And then when time comes, there's no one around to help me. Because we have family, but our families have family. And they'll be there for you, but nobody can take care of a grown man that has a family. And that's why you hear people say nobody wants to die alone. And even in marriage, somebody had mentioned to me, my cousin, that even though you're married, you don't leave this earth together. So one of you has to go before the other. Get your affairs in order. Brothers, do not neglect that doctor's appointment. If you're scared, say you're scared. You do all types of other things. You know what I'm saying? Do that as well. Talk to somebody. If something's wrong and you got prostate, whatever, talk to a brother. Let a brother know, man. Hey, man, listen, man, I didn't, Talk to a brother. Let him know, man. He got a family, man. He needs to get his stuff in order if that's the case. Hit me, bro. When I grew up, we used to say, I'm going to pull your coat. We used to say, well, I'm going to pull your coat. Keep it on them terms, bro. I'm going to pull your coat. This is a medical condition, bro. Don't run away from this. Run to this. Get your affairs in order. Whatever they may be. Like I said, if it's a smoothie, if it's walk around the block, do what you need to do. We need you. I need you. We need you. Bro, I draw strength from you. Every call, text that I get, I draw strength from you. I got to go to that doctor today, and if I get good news, I got to be very cautious that I don't run out and buy a bag of candy. I got to get my affairs in order. Buying a bag of candy is not getting them in order. I'm poisoning the temple. I gotta make a lot of major adjustments around these health issues. And I know a lot of people don't like to talk about it, but it's real. Just think about Just think about you leaving or you getting sick and somebody have to take care of you. Who's around you? I always stress, you got to be careful who you keep around you. And to those of you that have a real one around you, a real one, you're blessed. You're blessed. Honor her. Honor her. I want to share something else with you about honoring her. Just and how I never go with the status quo, even in history. In history, you see men, and they say gentlemen, as couples. You see them in a picture, you always see the man in the front and the woman in the back. If you ever look at any pictures of me and my wife, and there's thousands of them. There's thousands. There's thousands. You will always see me. If my wife's sitting down, I'm standing up behind her. I know who she was. You should know who she is. Not my wife, meaning that real one that you have as well. You should be in the back. She should be in the front. You're the protector. That's your pot of gold in front of you. That's your pot of gold. I don't want to get off of what I'm saying, but I did want to share that little tidbit. But brothers, like I said, don't be scared of the doctor. If you're scared, say you're scared, and we'll help you. I pray that this helps somebody. I pray that this helps a brother that's at home right now feeling alone. There's nobody he can tell that he's really sicker than he is. Brother, there's brothers out here that will help you. I get no comfort out of seeing you fall. Did you hear me? I get no comfort out of seeing you fall. We're a community. I love you, brother. Peace.